Hi, welcome to the Indigenous Child Welfare Research Network. My name is Leslie Brown and I'm the principal investigator of the network. The network began here at the University of Victoria a couple of years ago when some colleagues and I were frustrated with how all the transformations and efforts of change of the child welfare system were grounded in Western ways of knowing and being.
At the University of Victoria in February 2008, Indigenous faculty from the Department of Human and Social Development called together key players from throughout BC to attend a forum to discuss a vision for Indigenous child welfare.
So we gathered together a group of people from around the province. We had Indigenous researchers, social workers, childcare workers, policymakers, elders, youth. We brought them all together and had a conversation about how we might begin to work together to change the knowledge base upon which transformation can take place.
The outcome was the establishment of a provincial network that includes those who hold a vested interest in the health and well-being of Indigenous children.
We wanted to encourage academics, researchers, community practitioners, policymakers to change their thinking to try and respect the knowledges that come from Indigenous communities, families, and children.
In February 2009, ICWR was born. The Indigenous Child Welfare Research Network is an interdisciplinary project of Indigenous faculty, students, community members, policymakers, and practitioners throughout BC with an interest in Indigenous child welfare. Collaboration among network participants resulted in a set of goals.
To celebrate the strengths of Indigenous communities, to provide access to resources, people, and projects that will enrich the lives of Indigenous children and families, to restore child-rearing practices, to regenerate traditional teachings for the next 7 generations, and to create a provincial research institute.
To date, some of the initiatives and accomplishments include
Indigenous research curriculum development, community consultations and training delivery to Northern BC and Southern BC, student mentorship, a growing membership base of almost 200 organizations and individuals, and the first provincial conference dedicated to Indigenous child welfare research. Our training sessions were developed in collaboration with local community members, including elders, youth, practitioners, and researchers, as a forum to share and develop strategies to protect and nurture our children, families, and communities. They provide an opportunity for relationship and skill building for Indigenous people working within Indigenous child welfare research and practice. Our hope is that participants will be able to use these teachings and share them with others. In the future, we would like to mentor community members in Indigenous research so communities can do the work they need to do for their own people to restore, rename, and reclaim research for and by Indigenous communities. Over the last 2 years, the Indigenous Child Welfare Research Network has delivered over 8 community training sessions entitled Fish Soup for the Indigenous Soul. The purpose was to provide an opportunity for relationship building and skill building as we restore, rename, and reclaim research. The Indigenous Child Welfare Research Network brought together frontline workers, First Nations people, Inuit and Métis individuals, families, and communities, Aboriginal organizations, academic institutions, and researchers for the Gathering and Sharing Wisdom Conference. Here, research and practices were highlighted that are enriching the lives of our children. It was a chance to share the current programs, research projects, and ideas that are at work in our communities. Following the conference, First Peoples Child and Family Review dedicated an issue to the topics that were raised at the conference.
The BC Ministry of Children and Family Development granted startup funds in order to grow the network and develop Indigenous research opportunities. Funding was also provided by the Faculty of Human and Social Development, University of Victoria.
We've had great success in building the network, and we encourage you to join it as well. We are offering things such as access to research resources. We provide consultation to research that's being done in communities. We can provide small grants when we get the money, and we're continually looking for new knowledge, new stories of innovative practice, new ways of thinking about Indigenous child welfare. So join the network and let's make the world a better place for our Indigenous children and families.
As Indigenous peoples, wherever you are situated, whether it be with family, community, or in your work, we invite you to come together to strengthen and broaden our circle through the new Indigenous Child Welfare Research Network. We raise our hands to you. Haichkasayam, hi hi, Kuyana.
We raise our hands to you. Haichkasayam, hi hi, Kuyana.